All right, welcome back to Pitchcast. Yeah, it's been I don't know why we're doing the Rockefeller.
Can we?
Uh,
I don't know which side do you want. I'm on the other side.
yeah,
I think we're on. Yeah,
I don't know. We'll cut that out of the video.
keep it.
Keep it in. Yeah, happy St. Patrick's Day
Happy St. Patrick's
to
Day.
everyone out there. It will not be St. Patrick's Day when this video uploads, so. But we are enjoying ourselves. Yeah, no, welcome back to the second episode of Pitchcast Zoom edition, pandemic edition, and yeah, we're ready to go. We're having a good time. We should get down to the brass tacks. So, I've actually come up with a slightly different format in terms of picking my stuff. But I know that you like to do flip a coin or whatever to figure out who goes first or any of that stuff. So why don't we try and do that?
All right, I'm nothing if not fair.
Sure.
Do you have a virtual coin or something like that, or should
Oh,
I actual flip a coin?
I thought you were gonna do the Google thing. I can just do it right quick. Okay, so do you all right, so if you call it, you pick. All right.
All right.
So call it.
Heads.
It's flipping. It's tails. So
All right.
so I get to pick, right?
Yes.
And you know what? I'll go first.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't want to throw it on you.
Okay. So keeping with the new or revised or always existing thing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you an actor, an actress, and a title, a female actor, excuse me, and a title.
Okay.
I will leave the genre up to you.
Yep.
We're going to generate a random actor. This is from bestrandoms.com. Okay, so we have Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy. All right.
Thomas Hardy. Random actress, female actor. We have Rose Byrne.
Okay.
There's also a little bit of trivia. Rose Byrne was born in Sydney, Australia. There you go. Who cares? And now we have the title is going to be called The Surprise Visit.
Okay.
The Surprise Visit. And I'm going to give you 5 minutes.
Tom Hardy, Rose Byrne.
Rose Byrne.
The Surprise Visit.
Yeah. Sydney's own Rose Byrne. And you have 5 minutes. And the genre is up to you starting now.
Okay. It is okay. The Surprise Visit is a romantic comedy, and Tom Hardy is a businessman who works in San Francisco, and I'm gonna stay away from making him an architect in San Francisco because I feel like that is so cliche. But all right, he works at a video game company. All right, he works at one of these video game production companies, and he's an executive level kind of guy. So he's not really a coder or anything like that, or a 3D modeler, or any of those things. He's the guy that's kind of wheeling and dealing and coming up with high level ideas and that sort of thing. Anyhow, he's really good at his job. Things are going great. He's got a wife and does he have a wife? I don't know. Yeah, he's got a wife.
Okay.
And things are kind of good, but also a little kind of bland, and he's a little bit underfoot.
Okay.
Yeah, he's in his job. He's kind of he's okay. He's just your average kind of guy. But in his home life, his wife is she is the deputy governor.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, is that Rose Byrne? Is his wife?
Yeah.
Rose Byrne?
No.
Okay,
No. It's not.
Okay.
It is. She's like the what? Not the deputy governor. She's the
Lieutenant governor?
No, she's like the let's because I mean it's San Francisco, so she's like the assistant mayor or something, deputy mayor.
Okay.
Deputy mayor.
Deputy mayor of San Fran.
Yeah, and like no, it is the wife is played by oh god, the name is on the tip of my tongue.
You're halfway through this.
I'm halfway through this. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. So who starred in like Legally Blonde and Election and Rose?
Reese Witherspoon.
Reese Witherspoon. Okay. So the wife is Reese Witherspoon, and yeah, she's nice, but kind of like a little domineering and a little very kind of a little conceited in the sense that she obviously knows and realizes that her job is more important and her work life and all that kind of stuff is more important than this guy. And God, I can't believe I'm halfway through this. Okay, all right. So one day the doorbell rings at their McMansion or whatever, and it's Rose Byrne. And Rose Byrne is his high school girlfriend who was a nerd. And he remembers her. There's like a flashback sequence, and we flash back to God, how old are these guys? We flash back to like the 90s or whatever. Yeah,
that probably makes sense.
Yeah, and we get like frayed jeans, and maybe they were grunge or whatever, and but she was a goth or whatever, and like she was really she had like zits, and she had glasses, and she was
1 minute.
Yeah, and she and anyhow, but she had a big crush on him, and eventually they managed to hook up, but somehow they lost contact. And anyhow, so present day, she shows up. And she's now looking smoking or whatever, right? And God, I wasted so much time on the setup of this thing.
Wasted so much time trying to remember Reese Witherspoon's name.
That wasn't that long. That was like 10 seconds or whatever.
30 seconds.
All right. Okay. So she shows up, and they start falling in love or whatever based on. She now is like a video game writer or whatever, and
she works in the industry.
She works in the industry, and they're now working together, or she's working at the company, working on this big project that they got going on, and basically late nights, whatever, they have a kiss. It wasn't meant to happen, but it did happen, and then I can hear the timer going. All right, so he's trying to obviously be faithful, and then the heart wants what the heart wants, and Reese Witherspoon finds out, and she decides she's gonna make his life a living hell, and launches this whole campaign to basically destroy his life, and it's like all these little like insidious kind of like microaggression type things. Like it's like she gets his car towed, and she gets him thrown in jail, but like not for anything nefarious, just for like some stupid thing or whatever. And she sends this rumor out at his workplace that he was doing something peculiar. Again, not anything enough to get him like in serious trouble, but just enough that people are a bit put off by it. Maybe she sends around that he's a cannibal or something. I don't know, but
that would be pretty serious.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. He manages to talk his way out of not getting fired for that. This is going so long. Okay, so long story short, he realizes that he's meant to be with Rose Byrne, his nerd girlfriend from the his high school days, and he decides that he doesn't need the prestige and the lifestyle and everything that the deputy mayor was providing him, and she ends up going to prison for she was like involved in some sort of Ponzi scheme or something. Reese Witherspoon.
Okay, and what genre is this movie that you're describing? Is this
this is a romantic comedy? I said that off the cuff.
You said this is a romantic comedy?
Yeah,
Okay.
off the
All right.
top.
I must have missed that because
Off the top, that was a romantic comedy.
This sounded like a horror movie, like a thriller.
What? Oh dear.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So is that your verdict? You were confused. You're confused.
I was
by this?
confused. I would watch it. I would absolutely watch. I would definitely watch that movie. That was called the
Surprise visit. Yeah.
Surprise visit. Yeah, I'd be into that. I like those people. I like this idea. I feel like they don't make enough romantic comedies. And I believe Reese Witherspoon and Tom Hardy were already in a romantic comedy.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Well, makes sense. I don't know.
So they're re-teaming from This Means War. I believe that was the name of the movie with Chris Pine. And it's terrible movie. All right. But yes, I'm in. Yeah.
Were you looking that up during the pitch?
No, that's off the dome. I remember watching that once at a hotel.
Nice.
And it was bad. But no, I'm in.
All right. Yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate that. Okay, so we should move on. Now it is your turn to pitch.
Yep.
So let me pull up my little spreadsheet here. So what's going to happen is I'm going to ask you for a number between 1 and 30.
Okay, I'm going to give you the number 11.
Okay, so your actor is Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Lin-Manuel Miranda of Hamilton fame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and I'm going to ask you for another number between 1 to 30.
Let's do 28.
28. All right. I'm going to give you Emma Stone.
Okay.
And what do you want to do? Do you want to do genre or do you want to do title?
Give me since you did title, give me a genre.
Okay. So again, 1 through 30.
Let's say 8.
All right. So a war film.
War film? Jeez.
I mean, you can take it any which way you want, but
sure. I got it.
Lin-Manuel Miranda and Emma Stone, war film.
Okay.
All right, so
am I on the clock?
Not yet.
Okay.
Let me just set that up. All right, going.
Okay, so this is a movie that takes place during World War II. It's a period film. Lin-Manuel Miranda. I'm glad the soundboard came out here. Boo! Why are you booing me? It's World War II.
You gotta give the audience what they want, Paul. I'm sorry.
Well, they're getting a World War II film with Lin-Manuel Miranda,
nice.
Who is a USO performer. Like he
yeah.
So this is like kind of a musical. This is kind of because he's a singer, right?
Yeah.
And Emma Stone was in La La Land. She sings and stuff. So they are together on this USO tour.
Right.
Going into Europe during World War II.
Yeah.
And she's like a song and dance gal, and he's a song guy and dancer, I guess, as well. But he has in his heart. So they're doing like Glenn Miller or something, where they're doing like kind of big band stuff.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
For the troops, and the troops, this is like they're in France. They're in like the troops are not having it. This is
okay.
Like deep,
harsh.
Well, it's deep into World War II. They're not really feeling this kind of old timey or this kind of the same stuff.
It's not doing much to boost morale.
No. Even Emma Stone is not doing anything to boost the troops' morale because they're seeing lots of horrible things and they're deep into the war, and so he has so stupid. He's on the run from instead of enlisting, he was like, okay, I can instead of like joining the army, he's like, I can entertain, I can be in the USO.
So he's not officially in the army, or
no, he kind of like scammed his way out of fighting. Like he scammed his way out of that so that he could get a cushier job doing the entertainment, right? for the USO. He faked an injury or something like that. Okay, here's the twist. He invents rapping. He invents rap.
Oh God.
None of these guys have heard this before, and they're like, "This like they're doing they're doing the big man stuff, and they're like, this is bad,
problematic."
And they're doing like, and they're doing like,
keep going.
Yeah, they're doing like, they're doing like kind of goofy skits and stuff, and the soldiers not having it. So one day, Lin-Manuel Miranda just starts
taking a record, scratching it.
They have a gramophone on stage, and he starts scratching the gramophone, and the guys are like, "What is this?" And then he just starts freestyling like off the dome.
This sounds like a Mr. Show sketch.
And they love it, man. They love it. This like boosts morale.
Yeah.
They're like, do it again. And he's like freestyling, like they'll like throw out suggestions, or he'll like
what is he talking about? Is he like dissing Henry Truman or something, or Harry Truman?
He's dissing the Hitler. He's dissing Hitler.
Yeah,
he's like doing and everyone just fucking loves it. And then Emma Stone is like, what is that new type of it's not singing, it's what is that? Is it and he's like, I call it hip hop.
Oh God.
It becomes like a big sensation, and there's like scratching on the gramophone. He's got like an old-timey record, and there's scratching on there.
So this is like an alternate history. Does Hitler end up winning?
Hold on. So when they're performing one day at a base, the base gets attacked by like German bombers, and then it's like, we gotta fight. Like you can't hide behind your singing and dancing anymore. Lin-Manuel Miranda and Emma Stone, you guys have to get out there. And then they get captured.
Right.
Okay, they get captured, and he's like, I'm just in the band. I'm just a performer. I'm not a fighter. Then the Germans are like, we don't care. Like the Nazis are like, we don't care. You're an American. He's like, I'm Puerto Rican. I don't know. And like, are they a state or a protectorate at that point? I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, he ends up rapping for Hitler, and he and he disses him.
Oh God.
And because Hitler's like, I need to see this new. I've heard about this thing called rap, hip hop. I need to bring him there. And Emma Stone is like, I'm coming with you. And then it's kind of like Inglourious Bastards. It's like an alternate history.
All right.
Okay.
You can
so
hear that timer?
Yeah, I can definitely hear it, and thank God it's coming up. So anyway,
just in case you couldn't hear it.
Lin-Manuel Miranda is just spitting just savage bars at Hitler and like the whole gang while Emma Stone
went off the rails.
While Emma Stone sneaks off and rigs a bunch of explosives. This is just Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah.
And blows them up. And Lin-Manuel Miranda sacrifices himself because he stays on stage to like keep them there.
Yeah.
As he's just like battle rapping Hitler. Maybe Hitler gets involved. Maybe he like gets the mic and starts rapping back to him.
God.
And it's
I was
like
afraid you were gonna take it that far. I was afraid you were gonna have Hitler like in a breakdance battle or something.
I'm not.
Oh God. Is it? I mean, so this is.
I also need to come up with a title, right?
Yeah. I mean, obviously you've taken this from war to what was the Taika Waititi?
Jojo Rabbit.
Yeah, you've taken it in that kind of mocking kind of satire.
It's another anti-hate satire. Yes, and it is called The True Story of Hip Hop, the birth of hip hop, the real story of the birth of hip hop, which happened in like 1944 or whatever, Germany. Boo me all you want.
All right, so I think it's interesting in the sense that you took it in a crazy direction, and it as I said, I mean, it works as a satire alt history thing. I thought it was starting off as a typical kind of war. Maybe it was going to turn into a romantic kind of thing, but if you played it in that kind of way, in the Jojo Rabbit kind of way, maybe, but probably not. It's like I feel like it works as like a comedy sketch or whatever.
Yeah, you're right. This does sound like a Mr. Show sketch. But
yeah. I totally I would not watch this, but then I would also watch it in the sense that like someone would tell me about it in just the same way as you pitched it, and I would have to see it because it would be like, this doesn't exist. This is, or if it did exist, it would be like, this movie got like banned or locked away in a vault or something.
I was just gonna say, joke's on you. This movie never sees the light of day.
This movie has been on like permanent development hell or like hiatus, or is only shown in like in some far off country where it's like beloved. But
this is the Day the Clown Cried, the Jerry Lewis movie.
Yeah, no.
I stand by it.
It's great. It's great. I enjoy it.
Thank you.
All right, so we're moving on. I'm doing a pitch.
Yes, you are. So hang on one sec. So random actor. Just one sec. We're gonna do once again bestrandoms.com. We have Ed Harris, the great bald actor Ed Harris.
All right.
Elderly Ed Harris. Hey, can I ask you a question?
Perennial mission control.
Hard ass.
Yeah.
Was Ed Harris in the first Top Gun?
He
wasn't, right? I don't think he was.
Is he in this new one?
He's in Maverick. He's in Top Gun Maverick.
He must.
But I don't think he was in the first one.
He must have
was
been.
He? Or was it that other bald guy from the 80s?
Which other bald guy from the? Yeah.
Do you remember the principal from Back to the Future?
Yeah.
Was that guy in? Did they just trade bald guys? Okay. While you investigate this, I'm going to give you error.
Are you thinking about Michael Ironside?
No, I'm not thinking about Michael Ironside.
Are you thinking about Anthony Edwards?
I'm not thinking about Anthony Edwards.
I mean, those are both bald.
Who's the bald guy who was the principal in Back to the Future?
I only know his name from the movie, which was Strickland. I don't know his actual real name. Anyhow, you're right. I mean, in the sense that Ed Harris was not in that movie, but I'm not sure that I don't see a picture of that guy, but maybe he was in it. I don't know.
Okay, so Ed Harris, Renee Zellweger.
Okay.
And I'm gonna give you. Once again. Oh no, actually, I'll mix it up. I'll give you a genre. This is my genre wheel. Starting here. Spin it. This is a mystery. This is a mystery starring Renee Zellweger, Ed Harris, and you have 5 minutes.
All right. A mystery starring Ed Harris, Renee Zellweger. Okay. Also, I'm seeing you were right. James Tolkien. You're right. I just saw it.
He was in the first one?
That's his name. Yeah, it just hit me. Okay. So I get back for like 5 seconds for that.
That's fine.
All right. So Renee Zellweger works as I don't know. She's in some sort of food delivery company or whatever. She's a yeah, or skip the dishes or just eat or whatever. Like she started one of those companies. It's like a tech company or whatever, and doesn't really matter. It's not central to the plot. But she's been pretty much alone her entire life, like from the age of ever since she was a young girl. She's basically had to fend for herself. She had a mother and a father growing up during her early childhood, but then her dad vanished, and he was actually like an adventurer, like an explorer, and he went to like scale some mountain that's analogous to Everest or K2 or something like that. It's just You know, the shim sham.
Why not just make it one of those? Are you worried about getting sued by K2?
Yes, getting sued by
Everest?
by
Mountain?
yeah, no, it's because I mean it's part of the mystery. It's part of the mystery.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's Shim Sham Mountain, somewhere in Nepal or something like that, and yeah, it's the second. No, it is the tallest mountain, but it's also kind of hidden in a sense that like it doesn't get the Guinness recognition or like any of those records or whatever, but like the locals know that is actually the real tallest mountain. Anyhow, so he went to go scale this thing, and it was like a big deal. It was like the 1980s, and it was on TV, and there's like footage of him talking with like, you know, CNN, and it was like all this kind of stuff, and there you cut to like reports, and it's like he's gone missing, and he had like a guide, and there was like another like there was like a rich billionaire that was with him, and all this kind of stuff, and like no one can find out, no one knows what happened to him. And okay, so one day she's you know, working from home. It's a movie that takes place during the pandemic or whatever.
Oh, nice. I like it.
Yeah, and she's working from home, and she's taking care of business, and there's a knock at the door, and it's her mom. That's her mother's been estranged. She's been estranged from her mother for you know, a long time, and it's you know, due to the fact that the father went missing under these mysterious circumstances, and the mom tells her that they found him, and she can't really explain anymore because she doesn't really understand what has happened, and there's like Renee Zellweger like opens her door, and there's like a black like navigator type like Lincoln or like a you know, whatever. There's like a black SUV out there that looks really official, looks really serious. Like maybe it's government, but we don't know. And
you have like 20 seconds here.
Are you kidding me? Oh my god.
That was even with stops.
Oh god. Okay. Oh my god, this is so frustrating. Okay. Okay, so they get driven to this underground military facility, and yeah, I can hear the timer. They get driven to this underground military facility, and there's a guy there that works there who is running the show, played by Tim Robbins. And
nice. I haven't seen Tim Robbins in a while.
I know. And he explains to them that yeah, the rumors are true, or what the wife has been told is true, that Ed Harris is back, but he's not the way that you remember him, because what they've been working on has actually been a portal to basically like another dimension that exists. Like we're talking about like a black hole type of thing that can like send people to like an alien planet, basically.
Stargate stuff.
And so he went through when he was climbing this mountain.
On the mountain.
The mountain was a cover, and it was really to do this thing, and basically he's like now super. He has like psychic abilities, and he's being used by the government to like predict like disasters and like 9/11 type stuff, and like but he wants to leave, and what they you know, Renee Zellweger and the mother, played by, I don't know, Helen Mirren or something. Ooh, and nice. Ed Harris, they all reunite, and you know, they decide that it's time for him to leave and come home, and you know, all that sort of thing. But what you don't realize is that Tim Robbins is like evil, and you know, this is not really an option. You know, it's either he's gonna stay with them doing what the government's work, or they're gonna kill him, and they're gonna kill the the rest of the family too. And so it becomes like this pressure cooker. The base goes into lockdown because they start using Ed Harris's like psychic abilities and stuff to basically escape his prison and like the base goes into like super duper lockdown, and it becomes like a cat and mouse thing with like Tim Robbins and like an elite team chasing Ed Harris, Renee Zellweger, and Helen Mirren. And Helen Mirren gets shot and killed, and they have this tragic moment between like Helen Mirren and Ed Harris, and it's like all this time lost and all this stuff or whatever, and then like he puts his hand on her head and transfers like psychic memories of like all the missed years that they would have had together into her brain.
That's beautiful.
And she's happy and she passes away. And then he's now with Renee Zellweger, and Tim Robbins is closed in, and basically Ed Harris is able to inspire his daughter and say that like the psychic abilities weren't something that he got through like the portal. It was actually something that he had beforehand, and that she has them too. It's in the family or whatever.
Ooh.
And she is able to use her mind to like basically destroy the entire facility except for Ed Harris and her. Like it's literally like an explosion, massive boom thing where it's it's visually just like it's like an orb, and everything gets eviscerated, and they're just like standing in a crater, and he says, "That's my girl" at the end or whatever, and like wipes away a tear, and then we see another superhero fly in at the end, and you realize that it's an origin story for like a superhero movie.
Okay. What's the name of this movie? What's the name of it?
The name of this movie is Visions.
Visions.
Yeah.
Is it tied into like WandaVision? Is it
No, it's not. It's a new universe that's being started by I don't know, by
Expedia
No,
Plus.
it's not Expedia Plus. It's I don't know. It's some upstart that wants to be the next Marvel, but they're really crummy or whatever, and so
sure.
Yeah, that's who started it.
It's like Pud Comics, like from
Shank Comics or whatever.
from the Double Bubble extended universe.
Yeah. It's
okay. I'm ready to render my verdict.
Render the verdict.
I was in. I liked I liked the idea of transferring the memories to her. I thought that was very touching and beautiful.
I'm giving myself applause, by the way.
If it's an origin story for a superhero thing, I'm out. I can't take any more of this. Yeah, exactly.
I know what you mean. I threw that in there at the end as like a Cloverfield-esque twist or whatever.
Yeah,
but,
you killed it.
Yeah, sorry about that, man. All right, so we're moving on. This is the last pitch, right? This is you.
Yeah.
This is you. This is the last pitch. We're gonna do the spreadsheet again. Let me pull this up. All right. Give me a number 1 to 30.
Have I already done 23?
No, you have not. And that is Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
All right, and another number between 1 and 30.
I'm gonna say 28. Did I already do 28? I think I already did 28.
Yeah, I think you did, but
okay, so let's do 27. Do 27.
All right, I'm gonna give you Rosamund Pike.
Ooh.
So Jake Gyllenhaal, Rosamund Pike.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you want to do? Do you want to do genre or do you want to do title?
Give me a title.
Okay, 1 to 30.
2.
2?
Yeah.
The Promise.
Ooh, The Promise. Man, that's a good-looking cast.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a. I like the sound of that. Okay, I'm ready to go.
All right. Let me pull up the timer. Actually, I can just do it on this one. All right, we're going.
Okay, so Jake Gyllenhaal and Rosamund Pike play co-workers, but they do the the Irishman de-aging thing. They're both pretty youthful looking, but
Okay.
This is them as interns.
Okay.
So we use the Irishman de-aging thing. So they went. This is them like fresh out of school or maybe still in school, and they're both interns.
Okay.
Okay.
Just costing lots of money.
It's gonna be hugely expensive, but they're interns, and so this is taking place in the early 2000s. I have no idea how old Rosamund Pike is.
Right.
Okay, this is also 9/11 related. So
Okay.
they're working in exactly Lower Manhattan when this happened. So this is also extremely expensive because we don't really get into a lot of that stuff. Like most of that stuff happens off. Most of that stuff, meaning 9/11, happens off screen. But they're both shaken up.
Right.
They're both feeling their mortality. They're only like 20 years old, right?
Yeah.
And they make a promise, and they say, if we're not married by the time we're 40,
Yeah.
we're just gonna marry each other.
Right. Right.
I feel like there's already been a movie with this exact plot, except it didn't involve 9/11.
Right.
So they agree to this, and then they go their separate ways. Rosamund Pike goes on to she stays with that company. This is like a financial service, like a Wall Street thing.
Right.
I don't understand anything about Wall Street, so that's
Yeah.
part of it. She works her way up from like 20-year-old intern, works her way up, becomes like the big boss, like CEO of this corporation. Jake Gyllenhaal, however, left the company shortly after that and just sort of vanished. He went to Europe.
Yeah.
Went to backpack around Europe. He's more like the free-spirited type. And they just completely lose track. She becomes like this world dominating like financial powerhouse, and he just vanishes. Except it's her 40th birthday is coming up, and she's looking out over her. She's in her penthouse. She's looking out. She's just wondering. She never married.
2.5 minutes left.
But she does have a long-term boyfriend who's played by her Gone Girl co-star Ben Affleck.
Okay. Yeah. Nice.
Who's another kind of like I kind of want to see Ben Affleck getting back into that kind of thing where he's like the boiler room kind of like hot shot kind of Ben Affleck. He often plays kind of like sad sacks now. Anyway, but who shows up at her door at her boardroom or whatever, but Jake Gyllenhaal, and he has been living the bohemian life in Barcelona and Prague and all these kind of places, and he's like published some works of poetry and stuff, and he's like, well, you're turning 40, like we made a promise, like I'm not married, you're not married. And she's like, oh, I don't know, I have my career, I have my hotshot fiance, maybe they're fiance, maybe this is like the question. It's like she's not actually married, but she's engaged to Ben Affleck, and they've been engaged for like 10 years or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, he shows her the more sort of freewheeling life, convinces her to change the way that they do business because he is hugely in debt. So he shows the toll that that her financial like subprime mortgages or whatever. Again, I don't understand anything about any of this stuff. But anyway, so he's like a victim of capitalism. She is like the perpetrator of all these kind of things. She comes into work one day and she's like, we need to forgive all of our debt. The partners are like, what is this? We're going crazy. They do it. She becomes like a hero.
Wait, she convinces the company to like do that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's somehow it's better to do that. I don't know. But then and so they like rekindle. They restart their romance. But he has another secret, and that is that he is actually married. He got married in Barcelona.
Yeah.
To Penelope Cruz.
Right.
He is married, and so Penelope Cruz shows up. She's like, he's lying to you. He's not actually single. He is married. We never got a divorce. So now Rosamund Pike has to decide: should I honor this promise I made, even though he has not really, he went ahead and he did get married, and
What? Wait, why would she do it? What happened to Ben Affleck? What's up?
what ends up happening is Ben Affleck and Penelope Cruz get together, and Rosamund Pike and Jake Gyllenhaal get married. They get married at the 9/11 memorial.
Oh God!
Can people get married there? I doubt it. Anyway, that's where they get married. That's where they get married. That's the end of the movie.
Okay.
It's called The Promise.
You had me.
How much do I still have time, or did I run out of time?
Yeah, you ran out of time when that big reveal happened that Penelope Cruz was was going. The timer went off, and that was a perfect time to drop that Inception bomb too, when the timer went off. Yeah, no, it's you had me, and then the reveal of like him being married. I was like, man, I don't know, and then I kind of was with it, but then when she convinced her company to let go of like all the debt and everything,
forgive
yeah,
debt.
and they just went with it. You lost me, because it's not realistic. And
this is like a Frank Capra style kind of fairy tale, kind of romantic comedy kind of thing called The Promise.
Yeah.
So this kind of stuff can happen.
Sure. Well, yeah, I don't know.
This is a go. If I'm tempted to just sit down and write this movie.
I honestly, I gotta be honest, this is not in my lane. I'm not about this type of movie, and
this is also potentially a movie that already exists.
I swear this movie exists.
I feel like I've seen this movie.
At least in terms of the
making a promise.
The relationship, let's get married thing, that I swear has happened before.
I'm sure that has, yeah.
But you know what? It still worked. And as I said, I was even with the twist where it turns out that he's married. Right. Even though it's like, even though I don't understand why she was still contemplating after she finds out that he was there. I don't know.
You said it yourself. The heart wants what it wants.
Heart wants what it wants. Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, so that's a no from you. That's fine.
It's a no from me personally. I'm not saying that it wouldn't be successful. I'm just saying that I wouldn't like that movie. All right, so that's Pitchcast episode 2 in the can.
Episode 2.
Yeah, and I don't know if we're gonna film another one prior to the Oscars. When are the Oscars?
The Oscars are not for another month, over a month from now.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then chances are we probably will. Yeah. But in terms of the Oscars, we usually, again, if you don't know Pitchcast, we usually do an Oscar episode, an Oscars episode. So yeah, we definitely
we'll do something. We'll do something for that.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. I don't know if it's gonna be the night of, or maybe pre-taped, or I don't know. But I think we'll probably have a guest. Or guests, plural. I don't know. Figure it out.
Yeah, we'll put something together for Hollywood's biggest night.
Sure. Yeah. No. Obviously. But yeah, chances are you'll see us before then. So all right. Well, for episode 2 of Pitchcast, thank you for watching, and I hope you had fun. And we will see you in the next one.
Like and subscribe, as they say. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Yeah, hit that subscribe button.
Smash that like button.
All right.